Hey guys, welcome back to BigK Crypto. Hope you're all doing well and having a great start to the week. So this is the first of a few videos. I'm actually not going to be here. I'm going to be off grid for about a week, but I am going to pre-record a few videos for you and schedule them to upload throughout the week so you guys have got something still to watch. So today's video is all going to be about Ethereum Gold, Ethereum Capital, and why this can single-handedly beat the coronavirus. Bit of a powerful one there, right? Before I give you some food for thought and we explore that deeper, let's go through the disclaimer again, all right? Because you all have to understand this. So none of this is financial advice. These are just my own opinions, thoughts, and experiences. Remember, all of these videos are really me documenting my own crypto journey. They're not me telling you and putting a gun to your head and saying, hey, invest in this, hey, invest in that. If you want to invest in any of these things, I would hope that you would have some capacity in there to decide and understand that you need to do your own due diligence, your own research, and take responsibility for your own actions. Don't just go into something blindly listening because somebody on YouTube told you to. Now we've got that out of the way. Ethereum Gold, Ethereum Capital. So let me just kind of address what I'm talking about with my title. How can Ethereum Gold or Ethereum Capital, okay, I am going to bounce between the two, guys, because you know this is the user interface that I prefer, but remember they're both the same contract. How can Ethereum Gold single-handedly take down coronavirus? All right, and let me tell you. Now, without sounding like a broken record, all right, Ethereum Gold is a long-term, low-risk, passive income stream. And in fact, the best long-term, low-risk, passive income stream that you will find in crypto, okay? The safest passive income stream you will find in crypto. Again, these are my own opinions and you are welcome to challenge them. However, it doesn't take away from the facts. So what are they? Well, for a start, this contract is completely immutable, all right? It lives on the blockchain like it has done so since 2018, okay? Since the first quarter of 2018. The code, right? The open source code that makes up this whole contract is what you're seeing in front of your eyes right now. Okay, this contract has been verified. It has been independently audited by numerous external sources and has also gone through hackathons. And as I've said in many videos before, those are the 3 pillars of security if you ask me. So what I'm basically just showing you here, and I'm not expecting you to read it or slow it down and understand it, but the point of what I'm saying and showing you here is that this is its complete transparency. And as we know, transparency is key when it comes to crypto, especially when we're talking about safe investments in crypto. Okay? Everything is completely transparent and everything is here. Now, what does all this code mean, right? What does it do? So let me just quickly walk you through it in case you didn't know. Okay, and I'll break it down. What you're essentially doing in this contract is you're using your own Ethereum that you have to buy its token, which in this case, because we're on the Ethereum Gold user interface, is its gold tokens. Now, of course, if you're using the Ethereum Capital user interface, then it's called Ethereum credits, but they're the same thing. So how do you benefit from holding these tokens? Well, by holding these tokens is essentially like being a shareholder of a company, right? You own a particular share of this contract and you are rewarded the longer you stay in this contract. And how are you rewarded? Well, anytime someone buys tokens or anytime someone sells their tokens while you're actually a token holder, you're going to receive dividends. Now I'm saying this nice and slow and I'm trying to explain it as simple as possible because that is how you are going to create and earn passive income. Primarily, right? There are a couple of other ways, but primarily the way you're going to earn from this passive income stream and this smart contract is through its dividends. Now, every time someone buys into the contract, 10% of what they're buying will be distributed as dividends to token holders. And equally, every time someone sells, 10% will be distributed as dividends. And that is essentially how you're going to make money. So how are you rewarded for staying in this longer? Well, the more you stay in, the more you're going to get paid, right? It's very simple. Now, what's also important is the amount of Ethereum that's in the contract. The more Ethereum there's in the contract, well, the smaller share of the pie you're going to get as dividends. Why? Because you own a proportion of that pie and your proportion has got smaller because that pie has got bigger, essentially. And equally though, when people start selling and Ethereum comes out of this contract, your piece becomes a bigger piece. So I hope that makes sense so far, right? The underlying point to what I'm saying is, well, you're getting paid dividends. Now in 2 days, or less than 2 days, I think a day and a half, I've earned $103 for doing nothing, for just staying in this contract. And of course, if I was to increase the amount of tokens that I own, I'll be getting a bigger share of dividends through it. Equally, of course, if I had less tokens, I'll be getting less dividends. So that is the principle of this smart contract. Now, I mentioned that there are a couple of other ways you can earn passively from this. Well, of course, you've got your referral link, right? So if you share your referral link and you bring in family members or friends, or maybe you've got a community on Facebook or any kind of social media, and you share your link to them, you're going to be receiving 3.3% of their initial investment. So that is, of course, going to add to the passive income. And finally, I guess the third pillar of earning is, well, if the price starts to go up, okay, or if the Ethereum price starts to go up, and essentially you start seeing price appreciation start to happen, well, you're going to benefit like that, right? However, on that point, and this is the point I want to kind of quickly get to before we get onto anything else, the price appreciation and the price depreciation, all right, doesn't really matter. And this is what my last video was all about. In fact, I did quite a long and extensive video on what really matters basically with Ethereum Gold, and a lot of people getting a little bit confused. This number is going to jump around, right? Just by nature, as you can see, look, there it is. It's going to jump around. Why? Because, well, Ethereum's going to go up and down, of course, all right? People are going to buy in and sell out of this contract, so the buy and sell price is going to change. Tokens are burnt, okay, tokens are created. So there's a whole number of factors where this number is going to change. What isn't going to change is the amount of Ethereum that I'm making as dividends. Yes, okay, the value in USD might slightly change, like it would do in a hardware wallet, for example, but the amount of Ethereum will not change. This is the primary source of passive income that you'll be earning. Now, call it clickbait, call it whatever you want, but there's a reason for it. Why does Ethereum Gold challenge and beat the coronavirus? Well, let's just take a look at the chart. Now we know, I mean, in the UK anyway, February, March time was the time that, you know, the whole coronavirus thing started kicking off and people started losing their jobs. Let's say in January you bought in. It would have been about $1, okay, or it would have been under $1. If anyone was in this around that time, actually, feel free to put it in the comments below. If you had bought into this contract at $1 and held through and, you know, either reinvested or used the strategy that I used, throttling your ROI, right now you would have earned. And the reason why I mention this is because, well, unfortunately, I know a lot of people that have gone from an okay situation, right, in their lives, with their career, with their work, to a not so very okay situation. And there's plenty of people out there that this has happened to. You know, either they're getting laid off, or they're being furloughed, or they're getting a wage decrease, or let's say, you know, some of the smaller business owners, they're the ones that are really suffering, right? They've worked hard for years and years and years to build up a small business, for it to just be taken away from them because, well, they can't work, right? Or they lose their customer base. The coronavirus really screwed a lot of things up. Now, of course, it also really affected people. You know, people lost their lives with it. People, you know, became very, very ill from it, and people lost people that were close to them, and that was really sad as well. I mean, that also happened to me. You know, I lost a few people that were close to me as well, and you know, that's a very bitter pill to swallow. I mean, right now a lot of people here in the UK anyway, you know, I think they've kind of gotten over the whole coronavirus and they're just kind of acting like it never really even happened. To the people that obviously weren't directly affected by it, and that's normal because, well, their lives hadn't been directly affected by it. But then, of course, there are other people where people have lost loved ones, okay, close to them. But not only that, where people have financially suffered. Now, I was actually talking to someone recently the other day who, because of his wage decrease and eventually losing his job, had to go out and get loans just to be able to pay his mortgage. And then he got mortgage holidays, and then he had to get another loan to pay off other financial responsibilities that he had. Anyway, it was a nasty spiral. And when I talked to him about this Ethereum Gold, and I told him the concept, throughout the whole evening, all he kept on saying was, I wish I knew about this sooner. Because like I said, if he had got in at $1.50, hell, even if he had got in at $2, right, what he would be thinking about now. And then we started talking about it deeper. And he said, well, what happens if we have COVID 2.0, right? We have this part 2 of coronavirus, this outbreak, this supposed outbreak that will happen. I mean, I've even heard through various people that in October, we're expecting a second outbreak over here in the UK. It might be speculation, it might be bullshit, it might be real, who knows? You know, I'm not going to go into this whole conspiracy thing about it all, although I do find all of that interesting. And he's saying now, you know, how can he protect himself? You know, he's got some savings that he's got aside, that he had in some stocks and he had in different things, he's cashed them in, and he's not sure what to do with his money. And then, you know, and then we're talking about this again. Of course, the attention comes back to this because he knows I'm living the crypto lifestyle now and he wants to get involved. But of course, he's very new to the crypto scene and doesn't know what to do with his crypto. So I said to him, buy some tokens and just let it sit. But he had the argument of, well, it's at $9.70 now, right? Almost $10, and it looks like it's going down. And my point that I said to him, and like I've said in many videos over and over and over again, if you can afford it and you're looking to get into this smart contract, but you're waiting for a better price point, it might not come. It might come. Okay, and you might wait a couple of weeks and it'll pay off and it might be $8, but it might not. It might go up to $12 or $13, or it might just stagnate around here. The point is why waste your time watching this when you could actually have something in the game, okay, have a stake in this smart contract that's going to pay you dividends. Okay, maybe you might not own as many tokens as you would have done if you had bought in at $2. Fine, but at least you've got tokens. At least you have now a share of this pie, and you're going to be getting paid for nothing. And as this goes up and as it goes down, and you want to start reinvesting, you want to start compounding, and you want to start adding to your token amount, because again, of course, the more tokens you own, the more dividends you're going to make. Your tokens will slowly start to increase. And it's a long-term investment. It's a long-term play. I gave him the scenario, like I've done in many videos as well. If you bought in now and it goes down to $6, well, you reinvest all the way down. You can just keep seeing it as you're reinvesting and buying back in and buying more tokens at a discount. Or we take the flip side to that. If it doesn't drop and it goes up to $15, you've got yourself in the game and you can now play with the price appreciation and do what you want to do depending on how many tokens you've got, whether you want to shave off the top, if you've got more than 1,000 tokens, let's say, if you want to use that strategy, or you want to just keep reinvesting or whatever, at least you're in the game. And after I explained all this to him, he said, you know, if another coronavirus outbreak hits, he doesn't know how him and his family are going to handle it. He's sitting there doing little odd jobs, you know, here and there right now, and, you know, trying to make things meet and trying to work out what is best to do with his money. Well, now he's invested into this. He bought, I think it was around 10 Ethereum's worth, and he's already making dividends, right? He's already making money. And even he said to me, you know, oh my God, it's been a week and I'm not really seeing much. And I said, but that's the point. Right? The whole point is that you're going to be getting paid in dividends whenever there's interaction, human interaction and volume, buying and selling in and out of this contract. It's not a given percentage a day that you're going to be promised from a platform and eventually they won't want to honor it anymore. There's nothing like that. You're getting paid every time people come in and out of this smart contract. And there's going to be times and days where, well, there's going to be not a lot of volume, but then there's going to be times and days where you're going to have a lot of volume. But this is a set it and forget it thing. And this is why, you know, I wanted to do that video that I did the other day on it because, well, there was a lot to be said. A lot of people, again, if we look at the chart down here, you know, people bought in here or people bought in here. And they got so used to seeing this pump and escalate and the price to go higher and higher and the amount of Ethereum in the contract to go higher. And of course, their Ethereum's worth of gold tokens was increasing. And they got used to that because, well, you know, they're looking at this, they're focusing on this. They're thinking, oh my God, I went in with 10 ETH, I've now got 15 or I've now got 12. But now we're starting to hit that tipping point and we're going the other way and it's starting to reverse. They're all starting to panic. They're looking at this. They're not looking at this. This is what's important, guys. This is your primary source of passive income, your dividends. Yes, you know, price appreciation. Yes, if Ethereum goes to $1,000, $2,000, happy days. But we don't want to live with speculation. We want to live with facts. Which is, again, you know, I go back to Ethereum Capital. This is why I prefer to use this. Because I don't even have the amount of Ethereum's worth of gold tokens number here. All I have here is the total amount of dividends that I own and that I've earned. Whether it be from sitting back and just enjoying dividends of people buying and selling out of the contract. Or because people are using my link. And, you know, for anyone that does use my link, I'm going to say a massive thank you. I do really appreciate it because, well, spending all the time doing these YouTube videos it's not it's not a case of just filming a video and just throwing it on YouTube, right? It does take some time, it does take some preparation, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys have seen these videos and found it helpful enough to want to use my link, well, I'm very grateful on that. But the point is that it's all about these dividends. Now, this friend of mine who's in this smart contract, if coronavirus 2 actually comes, well, he's got another source of income. He's got a passive source of income that's going to keep generating him money. In fact, he's got a huge family abroad, and a lot of them, are quite into the crypto scene and stuff like that. And he's going to, give them their link. And it's not about bringing people into a contract just for our own personal benefit. We're bringing people into this contract for everybody's benefit, including their own. Anybody that's used my link that's come into this contract has benefited from being in this contract. Or I'd like to think they would accept that they benefited, because there are some people, well, they just don't see it. They saw it with the price appreciation when, the price and everything was going up, but now it's starting to take a turn. They're throwing their toys out the pram. Anyway, the point is he is now ready for coronavirus 2.0, okay? COVID 2.0. If it comes, and his wife has to stop working, or he has to stop working and doing his little jobs, he knows he's going to be making a passive income here. And he knows the more time he stays in this contract, the more he's going to earn. And that's not for a month down the line. This is for 6 months down the line, a year down the line. And if at any point he decides he wants to take his profits off the table because, well, he just needs it, that's down to him. And I said to him, if you ever need to do that, you can. There's nothing wrong with that. There, as we said many times, and as I'm sure you've all heard, there is no sell shaming. This is the whole point of this contract. Let me be very clear with this point. We all got into crypto to make money. It's very, very simple. It's very straightforward. Yes, like I said in my last video, there's the select few who got into this because they're fascinated with the technology and they're not concerned about the money. But that's a very, very small, limited number. The majority of us are here to make money. And I am constantly making money with this every day. This is something you've got to think about 6 months down the line, a year down the line. So, can Ethereum Gold beat the coronavirus? In my opinion, it has. As a psychological barrier to this person that I was speaking to already, it already has. This friend of mine already has this weight lifted off of his shoulders, right? A big hats off to Sunny, the development team, and everybody that's been involved in this Ethereum Gold project from day one. It's genius, right? It is genius. Like I said, I am now full-time crypto. Okay, I've got various streams of income coming in. A lot of them are, passive income streams, with crypto. And this is one of my favorite ones, right? When it comes to passive income, for sitting back and doing nothing. I'm just going to sit back and make the passive income that I want from this. And every week I can decide to withdraw, or I can decide to reinvest. I can decide to cycle it. I could do 1 week withdraw, 1 week reinvest. Or I could just base that decision on the price. Do I believe that this is a low price? Yeah, I do. I think this is still hugely, hugely undervalued. Now, another thing to consider, guys, as well is Ethereum right now, okay, it took a bit of a dump, but it's hovering around the $400 mark. And like I've always said, I don't like to live on speculation, but if we do go on the premise that Ethereum is actually undervalued and it does go to $1,000 or to whatever it will be, then we're going to benefit even greater. There's just so many different facets of this that we benefit from. But actually, let me say this as well, just came to me. One of the other greatest things that we benefit from is the community. And Sunny, the creator himself, right? This is his own project. This is his baby. Sunny isn't a developer that's done a project, got bored of it and left it. He's been banging on about this smart contract and talking about it like he just created it yesterday, because he believes in it 150%. He does this 7 days a week. Right, he's got his Drunken Cryptos on Friday nights. He's on the Discord. He's on Telegram. He's there to answer people personally when people have problems. But of course, other than that, the community itself that's in this is thriving. You've got people that have been in this for 2 years. You've got people that have been in this for now 2 weeks or 2 months. And the ones that really understand and know what this project is going to give them, well, they're the ones that, are going to benefit down the line. It's as simple as that. So was it clickbait, this whole coronavirus thing? Well, in a way, I guess you could see it that way, but the story isn't. And I'm sure my friend's situation can be resonated to a lot of people out there that might be watching this video. Now, I'm not saying to you, if you suffered from the coronavirus or if you think you're going to suffer even further later on down the line, you should invest in this. Okay, I'm just telling you my objectives, my opinions on this smart contract, and why I think this is one of the best things in the crypto space right now when it comes to long-term, low-risk passive income. It's as simple as that. What else can I say about this right now? Not a whole lot. Okay, it does exactly what it's supposed to. We went down to about, I think, $9.40. We're now back up at $9.74. If you still haven't invested into this yet, if this is something that you're looking to invest in, well, I'll put in the top right corner of the screen right now the link to my how-to video if you want to look at every single step on how to invest in this smart contract. But, you know, do your due diligence, do your research, ask around, go to the Discord group. If you just click this link up here, you'll go to the Discord. They've also got the Telegram group. You know, understand what this smart contract is, understand what this smart contract does, understand where it comes from. And there you'll truly find how you will benefit from being in this smart contract. It's not for everybody. Some people just want to go into something, make a quick buck and leave. If that's what you're looking to do, this is not the smart contract for you. If you got in when I got in, okay, thanks to the Oracle who got us in, I think we were at $1.17, then yes, you know, you would have made your ROI back very, very quickly. But that was just timing, right? That was just timing. The idea of this is to be in this and to stay in this for as long as possible. To even ignore what you have in this and to just see the dividends coming in and then choose to reinvest or to withdraw. For me, I already pulled out my initial investment. So this is all just a free money making machine now. I'm not saying that to gloat. I'm just telling you the situation because again, guys, I'm just documenting my own journey when it comes to crypto, and I want to show you what I'm doing and what I've done, what's worked and what hasn't worked. And this has been one of the best things that I got into this year. In fact, the best thing that I got into this year. So, you know, if you want to go into this, go into it. If you don't want to go into it, don't go into it. The majority of my subscribers that watch this, you know, they really appreciate this smart contract. If anything, you know, even if it just gets your interest and it piques your interest and you get to have a look at this amazing smart contract. I mean, the smart contract itself is what we call, you know, the 0x167 contract. Sunny, the developer, has his own YouTube channel on that. In fact, I'm going to link that here as well in the top right corner because there's a lot of great content on there. There's a lot of explanation videos as well, and you know, just general stuff. These are just a couple of ideas. Oh look, there's me as well. So anyway, you know, that's Ethereum Gold, guys. It's an immutable smart contract that has a particular purpose, and that particular purpose is to generate dividends for token holders. That's as best as I can sum it up. If you want to earn dividends and to be rewarded for earning dividends, well, you have to own tokens. And the more tokens you own, the more dividends you will earn. So on that one, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Just to remind you again, I think I mentioned it at the beginning of the video. If I haven't, well, I'll mention it now. I'm going to be off grid for pretty much the whole week. Okay, I'll probably be back next week in person, but I will have some pre-scheduled videos going out throughout the week just to keep the content going. But if there's going to be anything that I'm going to need to update any of you guys on specifically, I won't be doing any videos where I'll be, but I will be putting posts up. And with YouTube, I don't know if you've noticed yet, there's a little tab here called Community. Now on this Community tab, it's basically about posts. Okay, earlier on, I shared this great video that was about to premiere at that time. Okay, if you haven't seen this, guys, it was one of Oracle's videos. Definitely go and check it out. It's a great video. And I'm just going to be putting general posts on here. So if there is anything that I need to give you guys an opinion on or some details on or whatever, check the Community tab. So yeah, guys, so that's it. So keep an eye out on that. If there is anything that I need to update you on, I'll be doing it there. On that one, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you have a great rest of the week. Hope you enjoy the rest of the videos as well that are going to come out this week. And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.